Well, Mr. Ferrandini, what a great tribute to you personally and to the district to have a Kern County Teacher of the Year.
Yes.
Now I see a little platinum in your beard there, which means you're more valuable.
Oh, is that right?
Because of your experience. And could you share with us what it takes to become a Kern County Teacher of the Year?
Sure, I can tell you what I think. I have dedicated my time here, my career here, to building a great program, and we've had the resources to do that, worked hard to develop those resources, and I think that's all a part of it. But also, it takes being nominated, and so my principal here at Tropico Middle School graciously nominated me, seeing that I apparently had some of the characteristics that they were looking for. And that started a process where we had to fill out a lengthy application at the county level. Had a lot of rules, a lot of things that had to be done just right. And I had a great helper in that an English teacher at Rosamond High School helped me to develop my application. Her name's Miss Carr. She happens to be my sister. And so it took her help as well as a lot of people. There was a committee up at the county level that then went through all of the 55 applications from the county, and they sent out some people for visitations, and we saw that as a good sign when they came to visit.
Sure.
And I was very surprised last Tuesday when we were recognized as nominees that they called my name as one of the first finalists for Kern County. So I'm honored. I'm happy. I'm humbled. And as you said, it's a good thing for me, and it's a good thing for Southern Kern. They interviewed me at that event that day, and I remember some of the things I tried to convey to them were Southern Kern Unified can sometimes feel like it's way out on the edge.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're out here doing great public education.
Sure.
And I think for us to be recognized at the county level is a good thing. I want the county to know that we're here and we have great teachers doing a great job for these students here in Rosamond.
Now, Mr. Ferrandini, you teach music exclusively, right?
Yes, that's correct. Here at
Well,
Tropico.
that's somewhat unique in public schools today, is it not?
It is. I think you're right about that, and I want to say that that's a very important thing, that our district supports that we have a full-time music teacher at the high school and at the middle school. If you look at the county level, closer into Bakersfield, it's more the norm that they have full-time music teachers, and in some cases plural, more than one per site.
Sure.
But the further you get out around the county, that really changes depending on the community.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, and how long have you been teaching music here at Rosamond?
I've been here at Tropico for 18 years.
18 years.
I was teaching 2 years before that in Orange County.
I see, I see. So, was it love at first sight when you came here to Rosamond, or did you did you come here to teach music?
Well, there's a long backstory on that, but the short version is I married a young woman who was from here, and my mom and dad had retired here. My dad was 27 years Air Force.
Yes.
And for us to come back here when we were going to raise a family made a lot of sense economically and family-wise.
Sure.
And I kind of grew roots and stayed.
Right. All right, now that you're a nominee from the county, I understand that means you're in the running for state.
Yes, my understanding is that we now have the option to continue and to then forward our application with some tweaks and some additions to the state level. All of the finalists from the counties will do that. And this process will happen between August and October. And then there'll be a decision made for the state teacher of the year. I'm not sure if they pick one or a group of them. It's all spelled out online in the Teacher of the Year program. I believe it's a national program, and it just comes down from national to state level to county level to district.
I see. Yeah,
So,
good.
I just want to let everyone know it's just a great honor to be selected and to be a finalist, and I hope to continue to represent Southern Kern Unified School District in the best possible light at the state level.
Good. Well, Mr. Ferrandini, what's the secret if you had to, if a new teacher was humble enough to come and say, Mr. Ferrandini, I want to be Teacher of the Year someday. What should I do now?
Well, that's quite a question. I think that I would probably respond by saying you have to love what you're doing. And if you love teaching and you have that drive, then that passion will be there. And everything you do will be dedicated to getting that job done the best you can.
Sure.
And then you will be an asset to your community. You'll be an asset to those students. You will benefit, but so will your students. And then I think I would add to that, it's going to take time. There's a longevity issue, and I think that when we can stick with something for the long term, what happens is we build those relationships, we build those connections with the community and with our students and with their parents. Sooner or later we see the children of our former students who are coming back, and there's just something to be said for that, and I think it's a big part of what would be necessary to someday be selected. I would also say not everyone that deserves to be recognized gets recognized.
Sure.
And that's something that I want to make sure everybody understands. There are a large number of great teachers here in Rosamond who any one of them could have been selected because they have that drive and they have that passion and they've made that connection with the community.
Yes.
So there's that too.
And I'm hearing you say there's value in experience. I suppose you learn on the job.
I think, sir, certainly so. I have learned a lot on the job. I did it wrong a lot of times and learned from those lessons, and I think that that's fine because the truth is that's how we learn. Trial and error is a big part of education. And one of the things we have to teach our children, teach our students, is that you're going to fail, you're going to fall down,
Yeah.
but you got to get back up, you got to learn from it, you got to move on. So yeah, experience is very key.
How many students do you teach music?
Currently, we have about 100 students in the program here at Tropico Middle School. That's down a little bit, but we see that coming up. We're on the rise. I think probably there have been times where I've had more like 200 and some odd. So it just depends with the enrollment levels here at Tropico. It goes up and down.
Well, I know you've won trophies for your competitions in all the different cities, and you inaugurated having the band competitions come here to Rosamond
Yes,
for the first time, and that was enjoyed by everyone in the community.
it really was awesome.
And your practice schedule, I know, is demanding for students, but I'd like to say on behalf of the community that I represent, my viewers and readers, congratulations and thank you for doing what you do.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, after you left there, I got to thinking about the fact you asked me some questions about what does it take, to maybe become a Teacher of the Year, and I mentioned a lot of things, but one of the things I don't know if I articulated very well is you got to have students, and you got to have great students, and through the years I've had a lot of great students and a lot of great families represented, so that's also a very important ingredient. I mean, if we don't have students sitting in the chairs to teach, then we don't really have a job.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned families because my wife and I raised our children, and the students went off and went to school, and now they're all college graduates. And but I'm glad as a teacher you give a tip of the hat to the long-suffering parents.
Absolutely. I do understand. I have two of my own.
Exactly.
And they're being raised in this community, and it's a good thing.
Yeah. And do you find it any different? You say you've been doing this 18 years. Is there any difference in the students?
They change, and then they don't. I don't know that I would say I see a great difference in them. I think, as I thought when I began, if you take middle school students and you ask a lot of them and give them the proper training, they will go to the ends of the earth for you. They will really do a lot of things, and I just believe in giving them the opportunity to prove themselves.
Sure. And you take them at fifth grade?
Normally I see them as sixth graders.
Sixth graders, okay.
Sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. And then we send them off to the high school where they can continue with their music there. And some have gone on to college. Like I said, I've had a lot of students through the years, and some have come back, and it's really great when they come back and say hi or thank me for this or that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Sure. And they choose their instrument when they're in 6th grade. And then the music is an elective, or is it?
It's an elective class. Yeah, they choose to be in the class for a year long, and we tell them to do their best and stick with it. And at the end of that first year, if they find that's not the thing for them, then they choose another elective. But if they want to continue, they can be moved up into the more advanced groups.
Sure, sure. I see. Well,
right.
thanks again. And I'm going to go in and listen to the spring concert.
All right, thank you. And we're going to sing a song with old music. We're going to sing it in a 2-part round. Give them a pitch. Old music. paid for it. It's called sight reading. Well, this was the piece that we sight read. And my advanced band, to their credit, got a superior rating reading cops and robbers for the very first time. Good job.